So I don't think that there are very many people that are going to see this, but if you do see it and if you do got a minute, feel free to leave a comment, and because that's what people do on YouTube is that they just want to fucking explain how they're right and how they're correct and how everybody else is wrong. So, assuming that you are one of these know-it-alls that knows every fucking answer to everything, answer me this. Why is it that in America we cater to the weak, the fucking losers, the drug addicts, the criminals, the idiots, and all the people that try to keep their head above board, all the people that try to follow the rules, try to follow the speed limit for the most part, you know what I mean? Don't steal, don't fucking you just don't disobey the law. Like don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, don't steal shit, don't you take whatever. I mean, just don't offend the law, right? I'm now one of those people. I wasn't always one of those people, but I am now one of those people. And I see it all the time, man. I saw a kid just the other day that I was walking by the door of the Fred Meyer's and he was briskly walking towards it with a shopping cart full, or not a cart, but like a basket full of stuff. And then as soon as he got close enough to the door, he started running and he just had a basket full of shit. And it didn't click in my head fast enough, but I was, once it did, I was going to run after him and stop him. But then I realized if I run after this kid, because I know that the security guard can't, which is fucking ridiculous, that as soon as they get past that threshold of the door, like they can't be touched, which is idiotic, right? But in my head, I was like, I should go fucking tackle this kid because he was probably 16 and he was a rich kid. You could tell with this poofy little faggy haircut and whatever else. And he was stealing shit that he didn't need to steal because I'm sure the kid had money. He went and ran into a Subaru WRX. It's a $30,000 car pre-COVID, probably a $50,000 car now. So there's no doubt in my mind the kid had money. But if I were to go tackle the kid and if I hurt him all, at all, if I fucking break his little pinky nail, then he can call the cops on me and I get an assault. And he probably wouldn't even be charged with the theft. Like, why are we catering to criminals? Why do we just let this shit happen? Why are we just okay with it? Why do we see a bunch of fucking people run into a Target and steal shit off the shelves? And then when we talk about it, we're like, oh, well, they're disenfranchised minorities and they need it because they just don't have any other opportunities. Bullshit. This country has turned into a bunch of fucking laid back, slack jawed fucking idiots. And I just don't understand. I don't get why it's acceptable to let people shoot up heroin in the streets and walk around like zombies, puking and shitting all over themselves, hanging out in front of businesses, running people off, playing loud music, smoking cigarettes everywhere and whatever else it is that they do. There's a fucking bum on every single street corner in every fucking town across America. Please help, I need money. I'm a totally able-bodied 30-year-old, but I have a drug addiction and I fucking like to drink a lot, and so I just don't want to actually work. So if you could just pay my way for me, I'd really appreciate it. Like, why do we do this? Can anybody explain why we don't just kick these motherfuckers out of here? Put them in jail. Put them in a fucking work camp. Do something with them. I don't give a shit because I'm not one of those guys. And they're not sad, broken people who just are just down on their luck and just need a little help. You know how many fucking times I've offered homeless people on the corner with a sign, oh, we'll work for money, fucking whatever. Hey man, jump in the truck. Come work with me for a day. I'll pay you $15 an hour. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Because we cater to them. Because we give them food stamps, we give them a little housing, we give them a little fucking cash assistance, we whatever. I could name 10 people off the top of my head right now that sell their food stamps for dope every month. We're literally feeding the addiction of America. And what about all these rules? Like, if it's less than $1,000, it's not even a crime. So people just go in stores and just rack shit off the shelves because fuck it. If nobody's and oh god, dude, I could go on for days. I had my Jeep stolen. I'm not going to tell you the whole story because it's too long, but I had my Jeep stolen. I tracked down the Jeep myself. I got the Jeep back myself. I fucking got all the information from the chick who bought it off the brothers that stole it from me. I got all the brothers' information. I got everything that I needed. I got all the proof. I got all the fucking evidence. I got everything. Airtight, solid case. Throw 3 goddamn criminals in jail so that they can stop fucking with other people who are otherwise just trying to live their life. And the cop pulls up, and then the woman had ran down a cul-de-sac, which was a dead end. There's nowhere she's going to go. And I said, hey man, she's right down there. Go fucking drive up that street and go get her. And at the same time, woo! I hear the tire spinning. She had a friend come pick her up, and we watched the car drive off with her in the car. The cop and I watched that car drive off. And I said, the fuck are you doing? Go get her. Oh yeah, I've done it. Just mosey on over there. And this fucking cocksucker drove 2 miles an hour down the cul-de-sac that we just watched her leave from. What? And then he gets back, and the woman had a dog that she had in my Jeep, which smelled like a meth factory, by the way. And all they fucking did, was take the dog to the Humane Society. That was the most that they could do. The police are fucking useless. The laws are fucking useless. The politicians are fucking useless. And we are all just sitting back paying tax money so that these fucking assholes can sit on their thumbs and do nothing. Like, why are we doing this? I do not understand. Why do we cater to criminals? Why are we catering to homeless poor people who just fucking ruin shit? And we're left picking up the slack. And we're paying for it. I mean, is this not clicking in anybody else's head? Is nobody else pissed off about this? The fact that, I make really good money. I should not have to struggle. I have built myself up. I've worked my fucking ass off. And now I make enough money. And still, all I get out of this, out of making more money, out of not being a poverty-stricken fucking 20-something, is I get to pay more taxes for more of these fuckheads to sit around and shoot my tax money up their arm. Like, what can we do? Is it our vote? Does our vote matter? I don't think so. Because they're all running for the same game. They're all playing by the same rules. They're all the same. I don't see how it changes anything. I think that's why everybody loves Trump so much. It's because Trump talks all this and that about sending all the illegals back and making this country great again and whatever else. It's a fucking myth. It's a fantasy, but it's one that we'd all love to believe. And why is that? Well, because the ones that are robbing stores and fucking jacking old ladies for their purses and shit, they don't care one way or the other because they know that they're never going to have to suffer for anything. They're never going to have to, unless they meet the wrong one. But even still, you don't know if you should defend your life lethally, because you just never know how it's going to turn out. If somebody fucking breaks into my house and I shoot them in the fucking head, am I going to prison? Am I going to jail? What's going on? I don't know. I would think not, because there's a stranger in my house that's trying to cause me harm. You would think that I'd probably be able to get away with it, that I'd get off scot-free because I was protecting my own. But how do I know some cocksucking fucking politician didn't just change all the laws to where if somebody breaks in your house, you just gotta close the door and call the police. Lock it up. Make loud noises. Fuck that. And as far as stealing from stores and shit, that's why stores leave your town. Is because they suffer so much loss. Because people are like, oh, it's a big corporation. Nobody gives a shit. Fuck it, whatever. I'll just go steal from them. Then they leave. And then you're like, fuck, where am I going to buy groceries? The closest Walmart is fucking 78 miles away. Well, that's your fault. Because when you saw that kid stealing the shit, you didn't do nothing about it. You pulled out your little phone and you fucking took a little video. And that's it. And you know why? Well, because there's not much more you can do. Because us tax-paying fucking good citizens are actually afraid of going to jail. Whereas the criminals are not. They don't care one way or the other. So it's literally a whole system put in place just to keep us, the ones that are doing shit correctly, in their place and let them just fucking eat the cost, eat the bullshit, while everybody else gets to fuck off and do whatever they want. And I'm not happy with it. I don't want it. It honestly just makes me sad. It makes me sad because in this life, in this US, like, we glorify those who have all this money and cash and cars and clothes and blah blah blah. But most of us, 98% of us, will never be that. We can just sit here and fucking hope that maybe one day I can maybe have some money like that. But what's going to happen on the way up? We're going to get hit with taxes and fees and fines and this, that, and the other thing. And we're going to have to pay for the fucking idiot that's stealing our shit while we sleep. And then we get to pay to replace the shit that they stole in the first place. And then we get to pay for it again when they fucking take it again. This is insane. I don't even know what else to say. So I guess I'll leave it at that.